Hey, what's going on, guys? If your PlayStation 4 Pro is running really loud, the fans are blowing all the time, and you've never cleaned it before, then that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna grab the PlayStation 4 Pro and we're going to take it apart and clean it, both the simple way and the more in-depth way. So let's get right into it. So in order to get to the fan on the Pro, you're gonna come along the top. This is the front side of the PlayStation 4 Pro, and we're going to take off the top, so where it says PS4. So you're gonna stick your fingers under here and you're gonna pop it up, and then the middle part is gonna come up very easily, but there's two clips on both sides that you're actually gonna have to try pretty hard to get to, and it seems like you're gonna break it, but you're not. It'll eventually pop up, and then once you get the top portion up, then you slide back towards the rear, and then it comes out. Now in here, you can see the intake, all that dust in there, that will easily be cleaned up. We're gonna put that off to the side, and now you can get to your fan. Now this thing is decently dusty, not too bad, but all these fins need to be cleaned out. So I'm gonna get myself an old toothbrush and clean these. Okay, so now that all of this has been cleaned out by the toothbrush, I'm gonna blow some air through here. If you have compressed air or something like that to blow out all the debris, then you can use compressed air, you can use the aerosol can, or you can just blow into it, whatever you can do to get out any excess crud that might be in here now. So that is the easiest way to get to your fan and to clean it. But if you wanna dive a little bit deeper and get into here a bit more without really taking apart the entire system and cleaning it, you want to get to the fins. It's basically like a little radiator that you want to get into, because this air is being pushed through those fins and then through here. So if you want to do a deeper clean, this is what you have to do. So in order to get to those fins, we're going to go in through the bottom of the console. I still have the top off of it, so it's not a big deal. So bottom of the console, and if we look here, this is the back where your power supply plugs into. And what you want to do is you want to first take off this little bit right here. You just come in through the side and it comes right out. And that is also where you take out your hard drive. There's no need to take out the hard drive for doing this. And also doing this voids your warranty because you're taking off the stickers, unless you're a ninja and you can actually put these stickers back on without Sony knowing. But I've had this over its warranty year, so it really does not matter if I take those stickers off. So what you're gonna wanna do is you have a security Torx here, here, and here. So here I have it on the bottom. I already took out those security Torx. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. This is what they look like. They're just Torx bits with a hole drilled through the middle of them. Now, if you want, you can grab some of these, or what most people have when they do fix these or their phones is they have the iFixit kit, something like that, when it comes with a bunch of tools. If you need any of that, of course, I will link it down below in the description so you guys can grab those, because that's really the only special tool that you need for this. You barely need any tools for this. Once you take all of those out, it's the same thing as the top. Here is a main clip, and here is a main clip. So what you want to do is you want to pull up here, and pulling these up will also pull up like the little tabs that the security Torx were covering. So you pull up on this and it will get those out of place. I can't do it in this position, but then you come up here and you pop out both of those clips, and then this whole thing will be loose like it was before, and then we're going to push back. Okay, so now we have this whole top plastic portion removed so we can see onto the inside of the PlayStation. So in order to get to that, the only thing we need to do on this side is remove two, same thing, we're gonna be using the security Torx. We're gonna be removing this one and we're gonna be removing this one. These are the only two that you need to remove, and these two assist in holding that power supply in place, which is on the other side. So now that both of those are removed, we're going to flip this back over. So here we are, flipped back over, and this shiny piece right here, it's just a little cover, but underneath this is more plastic. Here is the actual power supply unit. So again, with the same security Torx, we're gonna remove 4 of these screws. Actually 5 of these screws, sorry. There's one here and here. These are gonna be your long screws. So both of these are gonna come out, and then of course the 1, 2, and 3 here. Once these are removed, this whole thing can finally come out and we can get into the fins that are located right here. So that's what the 2 different screws look like, the smaller ones and the long ones that I told you about. There are just 2 long ones that go in these 2, and then the other 3 are gonna be your short. Now that that is out, we're gonna remove this metal cover. It actually acts as a ground. Pop that off to the side because it's blinding me. And now we can take out this whole thing. This can be a little bit tricky, but if you can get your fingers onto one side or the other, you can slowly get this out. There it goes. Once you get it out, don't lift it up completely, because right on the inside there is a cable, and I'll show you that. Right inside here, there is a cable that runs from the power supply all the way down to the motherboard. Now you can take this out, you can leave it in, it doesn't really matter. What I did was just unhooked it from the actual power supply. So there's a little hook in there. If you just unhook that, you can lay this down. You can even unplug it if you want to, but that's all I really needed to do. Now you can see the fins right here. These actually cool. So these fins get clogged up because air is coming in through the fan and it's pushing air through those fins. So what you're gonna wanna do is get compressed air or blow into it or whatever method you have available to you and push the air back this way so you can get all the crud out, and then maybe vacuum it up or just remove it from this side. Basically, you're getting the dust out from the fins that are coming through here. So what I did, I already went through and cleaned this up a little bit. I just blew air through this way. It got a little dust right here where the fan is, and then I blew the dust out from this way. So I just pushed the dust the opposite way of the whole airflow. And if you want to double check to make sure everything's clean inside here, again, you don't have to take anything apart. You can just look up through here. I don't know if I'll be able to get it on the camera, but if you look up through there and kind of look back and forth, you should be able to see straight through the fins. So if you look at an angle, you should see straight through the fins to where the fan is. And if there is some dust in there, you will be able to see the little dust particles in between each fin. So once you get that cleaned up, it's the exact opposite to put this thing back together. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Here. Okay, so now that all of the screws are back in for this side and the other side, just besides the Torx, the security Torx that actually go right up in here, that is everything put back together. So all you have to do now is replace the covers in their proper direction, both the back side and the front side, and we're gonna start this up and see if it works. All right, so I've put everything back together, and just a little thing that I do, I think it helps the airflow. I put little stands underneath the PS4 so there's airflow underneath it, on top of it, around it. Try to make it hover as much as I can so air can constantly flow through it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, and it will boot up because I didn't screw anything up. I'm totally awesome. TV turns on because I have the HDMI link, and everything is going to work perfectly. So that is how you clean your fan the easy way and the more in-depth way. I hope this helped you guys out if you are having any sort of loud noises on your PlayStation 4, or you know, you just really need to clean it because it's dusty. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram so you can get some behind the scenes stuff that hasn't happened yet and unreleased content that no one else has seen. And if you haven't already, watch that video. And if you watched that video, watch that video. And if you've watched both of those videos already, make sure you subscribe down here. Yeah, watch this stuff. It's awesome. And if you've watched that, and subscribed,